Hi, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to talk about algorithms. Have you ever noticed that every time you open TikTok, YouTube and such online platforms, there is content that is just right for you, and you find it so engaging that you can't stop watching it. Everyone enjoys this personalized recommendation as if these apps knows exactly what we are interested in. But have you ever thought about how this precise recommendation is generated? More importantly, are you aware of an unseen force behind these algorithms? In this video, I will explore a critical question. What is the importance of recommendation algorithms? And what are the real societal challenges do they present? Data is shaping our world, and recommendation algorithms are almost everywhere. We often hear about algorithms in digital media, but they're not just computer programs. They are the invisible rulers of modern society. So algorithms can easily find the content you're interested in, and what you're looking at is what they want you to look at, and what you believe is they want you to believe. So algorithms quietly change the way people perceive the world, even influencing decision making. We live in a world increasingly driven by data. Every click, search, and video view generates data that platforms collect and use to create a user profile. The purpose of this technology is to understand users' behaviors and habits, therefore to push the content that the users will feel engaging. By analyzing the data through users' profiles, algorithms can predict what videos or news stories they might be interested. This process is powered by machine learning. Algorithms learn from the data over time, gradually could be used in the ways that invade your privacy and manipulate your behavior. After talking about how algorithms help to filter users' interests, talking about the downsides of the hyper-personalized experience. The more you use these platforms, the more the algorithm narrows down the content it shows you to match your past preferences. This leads to a filter bubble, where you only see content that reinforces your interests and opinions. According to social media platforms reckoning the harmful impact of TikTok algorithms on people of color, it uncovers instances of discriminatory predictions and the exclusion of the platform by algorithms. The platforms could therefore use the algorithms to push the content they want users to believe and to curate their opinions and thoughts. Content that challenges your views or presents new perspectives gets filtered out. Over time, you become stuck into an information silo, where the diversity of information you encounter is severely limited. When you are browsing the comments of a video or a post, you will find that comments you will look at for the same video are different between male and female users. This is the hidden danger of recommendation algorithms. They give you more of what you already like, but by doing so, they close you off from the wider world of information. Another concern of the algorithm is privacy. Every time you interact with content online, you generate data. But this data doesn't just stay with the platforms you see. It's often shared with third-party companies and used for purposes you might not even be aware of, like the targeted advertising. Your data becomes a commodity bought and sold without your knowledge. Or this data could be used in ways that invade your privacy or manipulate your behavior.
If it's free, then you are the product.
Here's one example. Have you ever thought about why you start seeing ads for products you just talk about with friends? That's data exploitation at work. The reality is that most users have little understanding of how their data is being used and even less control over it. The third societal challenge would be algorithm biases and social inequalities. Recommendation algorithms are trained on historical data, meaning they can inherit the biases in the data. For example, if an algorithm is used to recommend job postings, it might prioritize certain candidates based on biases data from the past. This can lead to systemic inequality, where certain groups are disproportionately favored while others are left out. In finance, algorithms may give some groups lower credit scores based on incomplete data. These algorithms can perpetuate and even amplify existing social inequalities, often without anyone realizing it. So what can we do to address these challenges? First, we need more transparency. Most platforms don't tell users exactly what data they are collecting or how they are using it. Transparency is the first step in knowing what information is being gathered about us and how it's being used. For example, clarify the terms and conditions for users to sign. Secondly, we can proactively diversify the content we engage with. While algorithms rely on our behavior data, we can influence how they work by exploring different perspectives, breaking free from the filter bubble, and gaining a broader view of the world. In the future, recommendation algorithms and data technologies will only become more powerful. They won't just help us find the content we want, but they may predict our behavior and even influence the decisions. But with the power comes greatly responsibility. We must ensure that the development of these technologies is driven by human-centered values rather than the interest of select few. Governments, companies, and developers must work together to ensure that algorithms are transparent and fair. Users need to understand better and take control of their own data, while developers must think critically about how to design more ethical and responsible algorithms. Only by doing this, we can balance the relationship between technology and society, ensuring that technology serves everyone with no bias and discrimination.